And we are perhaps, question mark, live? It says the word live, but I don't see any images. That's the problem. How do you know if you're live if you don't see the images? Hello, hello. Today is Tuesday, January 7th. We're on day 46 of my posting 4K ad-free, cleaned up episodes of The Modern Rogue. Let's start by getting a view of the outside. How about that? I have no idea how many of you guys are showing up. We're going to see how the sausage is made today. This is mostly what I've been doing for the last 2 months, but now it's enough of a finely honed machine that we can share it directly with you guys. It says privacy. This video is unlisted. I don't know if I love that because it doesn't appear that anybody is here watching. But that is important data because that lets me know that it is possible to have a live stream that is totally unlisted. So let me see if I can flip it to live in front of everyone. That's right. Just right there in front of everyone. Visibility, we're going to go public. So if you're watching the archived edition of this, you got the preamble. But for those of you in the real world, everything starts right now. There was a whole early act, you guys. You missed it. It was delightful. Then there's the secret unedited version in which Brian lapsed into a fairly competent Jack Black impression. I'll believe any of this when I actually see people in the chat. Or I guess I could start believing it when I refresh this page and actually see the stream on another computer. That would be a great way to know. But as of right now, I still don't see anything except for if we do have a view. Hey, there we go. Thank goodness. Charlie lives. Charcoal. How do you like me to say that, Charlie? Let me see if I can get a chat. I won't get chat, so I can pop out the chat. Let's see if I go to the home page here. How sausage is made. Now we're talking. Guys, I think I'm starting to get the hang of this. It's fairly amazing. First, I'm going to pop out this chat. Then I'm going to put it on the teleprompter so I can maintain eye contact with you beautiful, beautiful gentlemen, warriors, scoundrels. Ho ho. Hey there, Dylan. Good to see you again. I'm beginning to reveal too much. That's what this episode is called. Brian reveals too much. Not necessarily in a terms of service capacity, although the night is young. Let me see how to make... I want to zoom. I want to make this larger. There we go, zoom. There's a little button and everything. And now you guys are bigger, and now you guys are bigger. Hey, there we go. So are you guys able to, are you guys able to see any of that teleprompter? Like, I never know. Here's what I assume. There was an academic paper talking about how to tell physiological tells from video. And this is going to be an upcoming Modern Rogue episode that we'll do. But basically, it's possible to, by layering the exact same image. For example, let's say you took this video of me right now. What you could do is you could take that and you could do an additive layer. And there's a little bit more algorithmic tweaking on it. But you can have a layer upon layer upon layer that amplifies very, very small changes. For example, my heart is beating at some rhythm, and that blood is flowing. And so my face imperceptibly right now is getting more and less red and flushed. But by adding enough layers on it, you can actually see somebody's heart rate on there. And, okay, there we go. So Evil's saying that it's only the reflection of the back, which that's fine. I don't mind that. But the reason I'm bringing this up is I saw this research, I want to say 10 years ago. Let me see if I can find it real quick. You know what? This is one thing. That is way good. Chat GT. Gifted and talented chat. Let's see. Heart. Heart. Pulse. Oh, must have been before it started recording all of this. Here. Hey, there was a academic paper that talked about the ability to take video images and do an additive layer on them enough times that you were able to see the pulse of somebody on it. There was a couple of keywords in it that I was able to search for a video, but I've forgotten what those keywords are. Can you remind me of that?
It looks like the search didn't quite yield the specific academic paper you're looking for. However, the key terms you're looking for might include video magnification, Eulerian video magnification, or amplifying subtle motions. These keywords relate to research on enhancing subtle signals in videos, like detecting a person's pulse. Truth confidence, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, here we go. This is worth taking a look at. I wrote... Yes, I know it is. I'm great. Thank you. Okay. All right. Okay, Eulerian pulse video. There we go. Eulerian video magnification. Check this out, guys. So this is why I suspect that the reason I've not heard more about this is quite simply because it's being used for military shit, I assume. But basically, their bodies are telling on themselves at all times, and there's subtle amplifications that you can do. For example, man, how old is this video? There we go. So, yeah, look at this. It was this baby image that really stuck with me. You could see the baby's pulse. And so that makes me think of every political debate that's happened since, how far back? Yeah, this is research back in 2012. Have any of you guys heard of this since then? This is definitely one I wanted to do a Modern Rogue episode on. But if you guys ain't heard of it, this is one I want to try myself. But the reason I bring all of this up is because, yeah, okay, all right, great. This is why I assume, even though the Pepper's Ghost Illusion is excellent on a teleprompter, I'm gonna bet that using similar techniques, one would be able to extract the subtle indications of what, but up, Obi-Wan Shinobi, you would be able to figure out what content is being displayed on a teleprompter at any times. But cool. All right. Well, then that's one. If anybody wants to help me spearhead that, I ain't no wizard of After Effects or I think it's After Effects you'd have to use for that, for the additive layer. Well, that's one for us to check up on. Anyway, that was a long way to get to Brian saying, that's why it occurs to me that there could be a teleprompter thing. We got a caller. Caller, you're live on the air. What's up?
You can't do a morning show without Collins, man.
Oh, no, yeah. That's why I took your call, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous Hollywood's own Merrill Barr. How are you?
I literally, dude, it's 7:30 in the morning. I turned on, I was like, what's going on YouTube? And then, boom, Brian's streaming again. And I was like, well, now I'm going to play the game.
If Brian did this to himself at this point. Okay, well, I'm glad you called because it poked me. Basically, there's a routine that I've established here. I'll take your call off the air. There you go. There's a habit and routine that I've established. Today is day 46 of it, and it's finally established enough that I thought I would let you guys in on the step-by-step. Plus, also, we finally have the studio set up enough that I can record part of it for the post. But first, let's get a better view. Oh, things I learned over the last 2 days. Ironically, so right now in the background, I'm playing the lo-fi hip hop girl beats to study 2. You guys probably know this one. And at first, it just content ID'd the heck out of it on day 1, and then all those content IDs went away. But meanwhile, on day 2, I went and I did my due diligence. I said, hey, what is a content ID safe stream? And it came up with it came up with Stream Beats, and that one got content ID'd all to hell. So I'm trying out for the first time the edit out the music feature. We'll see whether or not that works. Also, I'm aware that the rules for going live on YouTube are a little bit different than the rules for going live on Twitch. And to be honest, they're much more congruent with the way yours truly operates. In general, I don't like to be on camera wasting people's time. And I did that a little bit on day 1 with the invasion of the stage flats, or I guess it was day 2, because there were extended periods that there just wasn't anything to see. However, at the very least, we did have that camera peeking outside so you could see what we're moving over. Speaking of which, I'm going to set that camera back up. I like that sense of place. You see, I don't mind 2 angles on Brian. Any more Brian, that's too much Brian. I like one of these kind of showing me the space. And I believe Merrill Barr actually called specifically saying the other day that he really dug the quad shot on there specifically for that reason. Let's do, yeah, here. We'll just kind of have this over here so everybody sees. Oh, that's great. So if the stage is on there, and if there's ever anything that requires like full body, I can get over there. And then also we get our R2D2 and C3PO of the Modern Rogue journey, Dress Pants Robot Man and the Child Changeling I'd like to destroy, visible at all times. I like that. That fits a good archetype. And let me, yep. And this one. This is the one. I believe this is cam 1. I'll go ahead and aim outside because I kind of like that. Just one tiny problem with that. Cable wouldn't make that possible. Uh-oh. Okay, so it did happen. By jiggling that, this is the downside of working with USB-based devices. I'm going to try resetting, and I'm going to try resetting this one. See if it cooperates. It did. Good. And so now, let's take this fella. Nope, I turned it off instead of... That makes me want to rethink how I map that. But that is a not right now problem. So, God dang it. Yep, that's what it is. Okay. All right. That's not far enough over. I wanted you guys to be able to see the Jeep. Let me see if I can... Well, one thing's for dang sure. I'm going to have to clean that window. Watch for that. That'll be an exciting episode. I'm going to pull back. I'm going to rethread this snake because I think I can get a few more feet on it. Hold on. You know what? Let me turn on the quad shot because you guys should have a sense of place. That was rude of me to make you blind. Hey, we did it! We did it! That's interesting. I just realized that I'm going to have to eventually figure out whether or not I'm worried about you guys seeing my license plate. I mean, not you guys. You guys are early adopters, so you're going to be here. Hey, think about this. So big moments always don't feel big in the moment. Right now, most of you guys, we can already refer to old hands 3 days in. Most of you guys are like, what is this? And it didn't feel like much. And the longer I keep doing this and the farther this journey goes, the more strange and magical this moment is going to feel. And little moments like me just kind of casually squinting my eyes and thinking, oh, I'm going to have to decide if I'm going to be paranoid about hiding my license plate at all times. That is going to increasingly be bonkers as it becomes a policy that affects things down and down the road, which is why it's important to maintain flexibility early on, not with core values. Core values, obviously at this point, showing up every single day. I don't want to waste your time. I want you to watch in real time improvement on all of this. And yes, we all know there'll be challenges, but that'll be the interesting part. And what we love are watching, and this goes both ways because just like I'm a character to you guys are a character to me. It'll be interesting to see all of that kind of explode. But at any rate, guys, I've never driven a vehicle with a fully functioning, nice, new manual transmission before. It's nice, feels really good. You get like I think I mentioned before, it's a synesthesia effect where I actually feel something in the back of my teeth because my hand is sensing the vibrations of the car, and everything is just tasty in alignment. Rinko suggests putting up a little fence to cover the number plate. That's an excellent indication of there are times when solutions like that are correct. Like, for example, if we were doing just one shoot, that would be good. But as a long-term thing, it alters things. Well, you know what? It doesn't even need to be a fence, does it? It could be just a little greeking on the window. Here, let's do a little test. Hold on. so close. Okay, so I lined my eye up. You know what? I'll let you see it this time. This guy. Go up. Go over here. So I lined my eye up along with the webcam straight to the license plate, and then I tried to pivot my vision to, it is really close. That piece of tape is almost exactly over that spot. But basically, I lined up the line of sight, and then I pivoted my focus to a drop of, one of those water stains on there, and then I came around and stuck it on there. Hold on. Oh, of course I knocked it. You know what? Actually, this would have gone a lot faster if I was able to see the program out. So now's as good a time as any for us to fix that problem. So in this case, I'm going to look at this external. Oh, shit. External output settings. Deck link mini monitor. Okay, let me see what happens if I... Let's see. Oh, it worked! Yeah, okay, I have program out over there now. As a matter of fact, here, let's take a look. Up. Oh, that almost worked. Okay, I'm going to try this on for size. Yeah, it did that again, didn't it? So that's a good thing to note, is anytime we rejiggle it, you got to reset it. And make this so this wire's not attacking me. But placing it right there, you're able to get a sense of space. You're physically standing right there in the audience. But there, we get a program out. So now you can see it from elsewhere. Let's see if we can turn and see all the way back to stage area. And we can zoom out. Nicely done. Great job, me. Okay, so here's what I do have a bit of homework I need to do. So let me... what I need to do is record a intro segment for today's episode being posted on Scam Nation. It's the Russian push-up program, and I want to try. One thing that happened yesterday was once we had established the rhythm and I got my sea legs underneath me as far as understanding the process, demystifying the YouTube back-end system, understanding various editing suites. Still have a long way to go on that, but what I did different yesterday is I did not do them chronologically in order for the first time. The next bit, Huck Worley asks whether or not the license plate thing should even be a thing. I'm with you, because think about it. I guess the other solution is I could just get a vanity license plate. Oh, what if I paid for a vanity license plate, but just made it some boring ass number? So it would still lead to me. That was not a great solution. Never mind. That is funny. At any rate, I'm not overly worried about it. But here's what I'm going to do today. So what I did different yesterday, here, let's take a look at the metrics on this. Let me open a different browser. Let's go to... So this is also, let's think systematically here. On this computer, I usually use Firefox. So in this case, I'm opening up Edge. And so let me switch accounts over to Scam Nation channel. And let me go to the studio. And remember this shot from the other day? Let's say we alter this shot. I'm going to go to the settings. I'm going to go to the layers. I'm going to, instead of desktop capture, let's say we change that to, I think it's this one. Yes, it is. Great. There we go. Hey, look at that. So here we can see yesterday's video really popped because it's the first to break a pattern. Humans, boy, do we love changing patterns. I didn't want to change a pattern and attract a bunch of attention until I had something interesting to say. So the Poison Card Poker #1, it was content that is of the Scam Nation channel from the very beginning. It's classic, and this one was shot a little over a year ago, 2023. And it features all the elements everybody likes on it. So I had a feeling it would do well, and it also popped because it had a different thumbnail than the other ones. Here, I'm going to move you guys up closer to my line of sight so I can see it. So I knew it would pop, and in this case, it popped a lot. Take a look at that. So this is also an important key thing, is maintaining flexibility at all times. Things go a lot better when you don't become emotionally invested on whether you're right or wrong. Like, for example, I have no moral argument when in a soup of proteins, 2 proteins folded congruently find each other and match, right? And nor do I get emotionally upset when 2 of those proteins are not a match and then they separate. So as a result, it's all data, people. Stuff is happening. What do they like? What can I provide? How can I make the world a better place? So in this case, I had to get several episodes in to get to the point where I could break a pattern. And since I knew I was going to break the pattern, I knew that was also an important time to make it easy. You want to make it easy for other people to onboard and join you in the journey. And so that's why I injected this little brief kind of sense of place, acknowledging the moment they felt, hey, have I seen this before? In jumps Brian saying, hey, have I seen this before? That's what you're thinking. Here's what we're doing. Here's how far in we are. Here's where we're headed. And then it's like, here's what you could do if it would be fun to be part of this. Likewise. So at any rate, this one, previous best one was how to access the deep web, which popped really well because it was criminally underviewed in the modern Rogueverse. So what'll happen is in the comments, you'll see people who are kind of at the surface level area who aren't very deep into it. They will be fast to respond with phrases like, this channel used to be all blank. It was never all blank. That's fine. And now it's all last thing you saw. It's like, I get it. You're not very invested. To your eyes, that's how it looks. Data, put it on the shelf. But there, after several of these episodes, there are some people deciding, well, this must no longer be the thing I want, and getting ready to leave, which is like, okay, we're far enough along now that we can let them in on what I'm doing. So I did that yesterday, and it's great. The response has been fantastic. If you look at the community tab, everybody, let's go to I responded. I gave just everyone a lot of hearts yesterday because I was able to put the message of, hey, please make a shopping list of all the things you want, and I will provide them for you, or do my best to provide them for you. And everybody had great suggestions, and I love moments like this because it's total win-win. You guys love being heard. We all love being heard. And also, boy, is this valuable. It's like... life is an open book test. These are the answers. Want to know how to get this channel 10 times bigger? Why don't you ask them and listen to what they say? Howdy, Sunbun. Good to see you, man. And so hopefully, even now, us having this conversation, I think of everything you be, do, say, or have is either a gift or a harvest. And I try to be really cognizant of whether or not I'm gifting or harvesting. So right now, this moment, if somebody just now showed up, would this look like a gift or a harvest? Hopefully, it reads as a gift. Ain't nobody paid nothing. You've already given me something, a few seconds of your time. Hopefully, just from context, at this moment, you're able to realize, oh, am I seeing behind the scenes shit? Yes, you are. You're welcome. So at any rate, this popped a lot yesterday. Yeah, we could dive in on the analytics on this. There we go. Oh, wait, no, that's the channel-wide one. Let's do... I want the video. Number one in the hood, G. Yep, okay, so this went about the way I expected. Oops, we can... views doubled on it. There we go. And keep in mind, ultimately, so YouTube had the realization a few years ago that watch time was more important. And a strange side effect of that was that YouTube directly caused... think about this. YouTube directly caused The Onion to buy InfoWars. Going backwards from that statement, The Onion bought InfoWars. I don't know if it's going to go through or not. InfoWars became big because of YouTube. The reason YouTube didn't set out to make InfoWars big, but they made a tiny adjustment early on, like we just talked about, tiny things become big. They made a tiny adjustment early on saying, don't worry about views, worry about watch time. So what happened is maybe somebody is interested in alternate World War II history. They watch a short video. That is not valued as much by YouTube as a longer video. And the longer videos tend to be more conspiracy-ish. And then at some point, you find this 4-hour unbroken stream. Think about this, 4 hours, that's what, 240 viewer minutes. So take a 5-minute video, whatever, make the math easy. A 4-hour stream, one viewer watching a 4-hour stream is 240 times more valuable to YouTube than a viewer watching a 1-minute short video that says, you know, what if Hitler did a backflip? The end. And so as a result, it pushed all those people and it platformed Alex Jones. Anyway, they used to, this is part of the reason I'm betting hard on YouTube right now, is because they finally have sorted out so much of the dumb bullshit. In this case, they used to have the primary tab be watch hours, but the problem is that's 2 levels of math for the average primate who's doing YouTube to wrap their minds around. And so instead, not everybody could do the mental gymnastics, and incentives were aligned to game the system. And this is before they figured out how to do YouTube Shorts correctly. And so now it understands that humans understand views. We do. Systems can understand viewer watch times, but viewer watch time is the one. And so this little chunk of verbiage here, this is all algorithmically generated. This is robot talks. Views are up or down, percentage or times. That is good or bad. Or actually, you'll notice it doesn't make value judgment. It says more regular viewers, which means people who, notice it doesn't say subscribers. If you want to know how many subscribers are watching, that's where we get into advanced mode. We'll talk about that later. Are choosing to watch this video. That's code for your title and thumbnail, a self-contained unit of story unto themselves, were good enough that more people clicked, and they're watching longer than usual. Code for once they click, in general, more of them are watching longer than what does usual mean? Depending on the metric, it looks like either the last 10 videos in aggregate or the last X number of weeks in aggregate. And then it says, helping to increase its reach on YouTube recommendations. This is the part that YouTubers go nuts on, because to the average primate using YouTube, like, my guy, you are YouTube. Why are you acting like you don't understand why YouTube is pushing your YouTube? That's what everybody thinks. However, you got to remember, YouTube is not an algorithm. It is a parallel, massive symphony of algorithms, each one with its own personal agenda, and each one out trying to help you. So at any rate, YouTube makes the most money when it has the happiest number of customers and the happiest number of successful storytellers. And we talked about this the other day. If YouTube wants you to do it, there is a tab for it. Hey, we got puppies. But we'll talk more about that in a bit. In this case, yesterday's video is doing well because it was a break in a pattern. It was excellent content. It was also on brand for the Scam Nation channel. And hopefully my injection of messaging about, look, I'm not harvesting by posting these Mono Rogue videos. Hopefully I'm gifting both to you and to increasing my skill set over the long term, being able to provide more value. And so now today, I'm going to go back to the chronological episodes of Mono Rogue. I've already got the 4K remaster, but rather than just edit out the ads, I'm going to record a message now that, again, injects a sense of time and place and context. I'm going to be very short. I'm not going to overstay my welcome, because the star of the show, the reason people clicked on it, is to learn the content. This episode is about the Russian push-up program, which is magical and actually works. It's a hack that actually works. Hey, Nick Valentine, how are you? Or Valentine, how are you? I like that, Bolo. Okay, so this is the sausageing that I promised you. Also, I noticed that Bonnie's here with the pups. So I'm going to record this, and then I'll end this live broadcast. And the next thing you'll see in an hour, hour and a half will be the video premiering on the Scam Nation channel. And hopefully you guys will join us in the chat for that. So in the meantime, let me go ahead and pick my shot and decide if I want. I don't mind the boxes around because it does convey, truthfully, the amount, an appropriate amount of chaos. How does the audio sound for you guys? All right. So now let me go to the record settings over here. I'm going to see the size, frame rate, very high bit rate. That was too high last time. So I'm going to drop that down to, what, 50? We do have a little bit of a refresh rate issue here. Let me see if I can touch that. That's bot 4. 1, 2, give me 3, give me 4. And it may be let's do autofocus, manual focus, exposure, compensation, anti-flicker. I'm going to hit 50 hertz, 60 hertz. I don't know if I'm affecting this. Actually, here. Yeah, okay, I am. Ah. Ooh, here we go. I could affect the shutter speed. Yeah, oh, I guess I could tweak the ISO. Ugh. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I do care about it. I care about all of it. Okay, I'll just leave it on auto exposure. It's not ideal, but I'll just have to know. This is great. Awesome. Hey, I am, or maybe it's LM, lowercase l, lower m. Okay, so I'm going to do a short, quick test. Yep. There we go. Test 1, 2, check 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do a little fast motion. Ooh, that's, does that look like a webcam? It kind of got slow. But then again, I'm at 24 frames per second. And then I'll take a look at this, make sure that we're happy with it. And then I'll just bust out this. This is also, we want to maximize time, right? So it's better to, I don't want to have to cobble together when I become, in a few minutes, Editor Brian. Editor Brian. Oh my gosh. Is it that time of day? Is it spectrum o'clock? I think it might be spectrum o'clock. We'll see. Let me take a look and see if that. There we go. Safe recordings. Take a look at this. There we go. Test 1, 2, check 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do a little fast motion. Ooh, that's. Does that look like a webcam? You know what? I'm just going to. I think that's just an artifact of it being 24 frames per second. It's actually the AI Topaz upscaling is incredible. Like part of the reason I'm keeping it at 24 frames per second is if I want to, the upscaling from 24, like that science is pretty much settled. So I would rather have high quality 24 frames per second and know that I can upscale them and have less of a chance of dropped frames or jitter on there. Ooh. Okay, so now we're going to make a trade-off. This is where many creators fall into the trap of the perfect being the enemy of the good. We're going to settle for good because we know that we're just doing one episode in a whole very long string of episodes, and this is only 1 minute out of it. So I'm going to begin giving everybody a sense of place, reminding them where we are, and setting up this particular clip. Here we go. Okay. Here we are on day 46 of our journey to take everything and make it 4K and ad-free, a superior, perfect edition of the Modern Rogue. And this episode, you're going to want to watch all the way to the end because there's a trap afoot. Number one, we got to figure out if we all want to try this together, but there's a sinister, dark price to be paid for what otherwise is an incredibly effective push-up regime. Every time I've done this, it really has worked as well as you see it here. However, you'll see the dark cost. And so what I want you guys in the comments to do is let me know whether or not we should revisit this and maybe as a group share our results. That could be a fun activity. Anyway, here we go. So in that case, there was a minor vocal flub in there. There's a little bit of a mush mouth, but I'm going to, in the interest of moving things along faster, I'm just going to let that go. And so now this is another benefit of the shorter pipeline. Because I didn't record this to a digital DSLR. Yeah, audio sounds fine enough. Okay, because I didn't record this to a DSLR, because I did put it straight to a hard drive. Now, let me head on over to, let's see, I'll copy this, and then I'm going to go to desktop, and then I'm going to go to, and I'm not even going to have to wait for it to go up to the cloud, because I set up internally on the disk station a temporary holding spot. And so now I'll switch over to the editing station. That's interesting. So eventually what I'll have to do is I'll have to set up another camera, which I think I have. I accidentally bought too many of these OBS bots, the bots. I bought too many bots, but they're so good that I'm not going to send it back. So eventually I'll set this up over at the editing station, and eventually I'll be able to share that process as well. But for right now, I'm going to wrap up this stream, and I'll catch you guys later on. And so here's the game plan. I'll post this over on the Scam Nation channel. I'll get other stuff done, and then we'll be back here because I've got this lighting setup worked out so well. Here's the thing. Remember, time is the only truly scarce commodity on the planet. What we have is so good that I'm like, great, one more of all of them, please. So that's what we're doing next. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do the secondary light. I think it looks fine. It'll mix it up a little bit. Nothing's set in stone. All right, you beautiful rogues. I'll see you guys in a bit. Oh, let me take a moment to see if there was any of the comments you guys had that I missed. Yeah. Sunbun is catching people up to speed on the Spectrum issue. They hit me up again yesterday saying, hey, we really, really want to give you an amazing opportunity to install fiber on your place. I'm like, great. What is your even better offer this time? And then they have not responded. They may be about to blink. We'll see. Although another solution on that might be, we'll see. It's to be honest, if I had a lot of money, then I would absolutely take it, because I don't think they're joking. If I write a big enough check, we really can have a gigabit up and down fiber, and we would be the central node. Our internet would suddenly become the most reliable thing on the planet. It would be the freshest and the hottest. However, I believe what they quoted was upwards of $1,000 a month, or $500 to $1,000 a month for gigabit up down fiber, and the lowest they quoted was $300 a month for, I believe, 10 megabits up and down. And here's the worst part: I considered it. That's how abused I am in this relationship. They've worn me down for so long. Yeah, so we'll figure that out. Meanwhile, maybe, come on, Starlink, let's go. All right, guys, I will catch you guys in a bit, and keep on. Hooray. Gonna have to punch that one up.